upgrades now, massing up and then opting for a later game focus instead of any additional early action. And Stork now sees that HwaSin's set up out there, so he knows he's expanding. So I think at this point we'll see Stork massing up real quick, trying to break that, or trying to hold map control and then dropping additional expos. So he's got the observer up, so he can, at this point, Stork has pretty perfect information of what's going on with HwaSin, so he'll be making the decisions in terms of whether he wants to attack and where. So let's see what he does. I think he sees, he saw too many units, so he's going to hold back, check up on HwaSin's base with this observer, see if he's doing starport for drops, and then here goes his additional expos. So they're just going to play the macro game here of Terran expanding slowly, Protoss watching to see if there's a good time to attack, and if there isn't, also keeping ahead in expansions as he's keeping track of HwaSin's expansions in the army. So, alright, so HwaSin's starting up his Vulture upgrades now, so that may provide... Oh, here comes another expo for Stork. So he's starting his 4th and 5th expos, but HwaSin's getting his Vulture upgrades, which means that'll, I guess, open up the opportunity for him to do a really nice push coming up soon, because, he can mine certain paths and then mass attack in other directions, that kind of thing. So, let's see. I guess a little about this map. If any of you guys listening to this has experience playing on this map, there's an interesting. So you'll notice right now that HwaSin's second base is actually pretty close to his natural. And with several tanks and then Vulture mines, you can pretty easily cover both of them. Although at the same time, then at that point, oh man, HwaSin's Vulture raids just discovered this expo without any defense and harassing some probes. Although with quick reaction time, Stork only lost a few probes, bringing in those goons to stop the Volts, so that was pretty nice. But on this map, like once you got your natural, they're still pretty close, but even though the second natural is close enough that you can cover with tanks, at that point, your 3 bases are pretty far outstretched, and I've seen a lot of games on this map where either in PvT, either player can take advantage of that spread and harass, drop the main, mass attack to the expo, split up attacks, and that kind of thing, which can be very effective. I think especially for the Terran against the Protoss, because there's like a tiny cliff over that first natural, drop tanks up there, then you can drop Volts in the back at the main, rush Volts and tanks up to the natural on the ground, and I've seen some really great matches that the Terran just totally dominated by attacking, in 4 different places, alternating nonstop, and Protoss just can't do much about that because they don't have enough units to deal with it. So HwaSin's doing just classic Terran vs Protoss mid-game, Vulture raids, see if you can pick off probes, see if you can annoy the Protoss while you're massing up your tanks and the rest of your metal forces. But he does know, so he sees Stork. Oh man, it's kind of careless there. I just hate seeing goons die to mines like that. But so HwaSin has seen Stork's 4th and 5th bases now, so he knows that he has to do something quick because the 5-to-3 base ratio will not bode for him at every passing moment. Stork gets further and further ahead, so you see that he unsees here, so he's getting ready for a big attack coming up soon. And then Stork is also moving up. I can't tell if there's an observer there, but he probably sees this unsiege and preparation to move out, so he's going to try to move out in a position where he can quickly surround. So HwaSin's moving quickly into the middle now. Stork is trying to spread out his forces, although he has so many on the left side. I don't know if this will be a good attack, although it does have those Templars there, so we'll see So HwaSin drops some mines, and it's really powerful Terran move to mine and retreat, since splash damage does significantly less damage the further away your units are. So Stork moved in, HwaSin backed up a bit, and then Stork decided that it'd be better that he sits back. And now HwaSin does a mini vulture raid to take out these Templars here. In which case he might actually decide to follow up with a quick attack. Although I think right now Stork has too many units. And actually at this point I'm not... I prefer Stork at this point, not only because I'm a Protoss player, but I think he just has more units. And here he goes, he mass attacks. So HwaSin siege at this point. Now Stork has about half a second to decide whether he has to continue or back off, and he decides to back off here because there's just way too many tanks. Again, it's all of his zealots and melee units just died immediately to the vulture and splash and everything. And goons or tanks that are sieged is just not a fight that that any Protoss should want to make. So, man, HwaSin's pushing out strong. So he has a lot of tanks at this point. It's looking almost like 3 control groups. He just killed 10 to 15, maybe even 20 Stork zealots and goons. So he knows he has, for the next 10 to 20 seconds, he has more units. And man, Stork just kind of suicides 12 random goons right there. I feel like he could have still ran those back, bought some time or something, but that was a bad waste. HwaSin back up, so HwaSin streaming south. At these points of the game, HwaSin can decide whether to hit one of the expos, hit the main, try to siege up where most of the gateways probably are. Oh man, Stork just drops a really nice storm there. Even with retreating, he stormed far enough back that with retreating he still does a lot of good damage. And man, this is a really good... He caught HwaSin in between the bridge here. He did a lot of good damage with a Protoss force that normally would not have been, I think, big enough to engage the Terran force straight up. But HwaSin's moving back. He's got vulture reinforcements that just move so fast they can complement the army immediately after if they're lost in the previous skirmish. And he's going to move in. Now this is actually a bad... for the distance that HwaSin's pushing towards Stork's base, it's bad for Stork, because if he can set up mines, if HwaSin can set up mines or siege anywhere towards where Stork's production facilities are, that gives HwaSin a lot of time to do vulture raids on the other bases that Stork won't be able to cover as easily, and that's what you'll see here. I think HwaSin's going to drop some mines to deter any units from coming, and then he's going to stream in. And with that number of vultures, he'll just wipe out the cannons, and then... Oh, but funny, Stork dropped a pylon to block there, so that buys a lot of time for him, too. During which time he'll send up units, but hopefully he won't suicide them all into the mines that he must know are waiting right outside. So he pulled up a server, so he'll see that. But HwaSin's in the base now, and now here's the time scramble. We'll see. So HwaSin takes out a cannon. He's going to target the cannons first, and then the probes, and now Stork's reinforcements are coming in to stop this. Although with that many vultures, he also has so many mines, so this is rough for Stork, because he's either going to lose a lot of units if he streams in, or lose his probes if he waits too long to hit those mines. Although HwaSin wasn't, I think he was just paying more attention to macro in this case, and he wasn't bothering too much to really micro those vultures to get those extra probe kills, which was probably a good idea.